today we're doing the math lesson, and for operations using sentence frames, we will be doing two examples. One we would do as a whole class, we would do together, and the second one we will do with your peers. So you'll be in your group where you sit and you work together to get the second one complete. That one would be your exit ticket. So before you go to recess, you will complete that one, and then you'll be able to go to recess, okay? So for the first one, before we get started on it, I want to go over the sentence frames that we've been trying to use since the beginning of the school year to explain our how we get our answer and why. So there's 3 sentence frames that you can use. One, they're all the same. They serve the same purpose, so they all are helpful to explaining your answer. And so the difference is the first one has less words, the second one has a little bit more words, and the second one has a little bit more words in it and has a little bit more ways of you explaining why you chose your order of operation. Okay, so I'll go over each one, and as we work with the first problem together, I will use one of them as an example, and you'll get to use them as well when you do your group work, okay? So for example, the first one says, I will blank because blank. So for example, I would say, I will subtract because the problem said less than. Then I will add because I need to do the opposite to check my answer. So I explained why I did this at the beginning and how I'm going to be checking it, okay? So I gave you both. The second one is, since the problem says blank, I need to blank. So same thing, you can put, since the problem says how much more, I need to add or subtract. Then I need to subtract because the problem said how much more. Okay? And then the last one. To solve the problem, I need to blank since blank. And it says blank, then I need to blank since blank. So you can see how there's the same amount of blanks, but there's just more words to explain your answer. Okay? Alright, so let's get started with the first one. The first one says, Catherine and her friends are raising money for charity. They hope to raise $900. How much money? $900. So that's the goal, okay? We're going to highlight that in blue, okay? So we're going to highlight it in blue because we want to know what the total is, what the purpose is, okay? How much she's trying to raise, okay? So she's trying to raise $900. That's their goal. So far, they have $780. How much do they have right now? $780. We will be highlighting that one. Let's do pink. Why not? Alright, $780, right? So, the next thing. How much more do they need to collect to reach their goal? So, before we dive into it, before we ask each other if it's either addition or subtraction, let's see. What's an important keyword? Keywords in the sentence. Yes, that is correct. How much more? That is a key because that's telling us either if we're going to have to add or subtract, right? So that's the next question we ask. How do you know what operations to use to solve the problem? So, we know that it's saying how much more. So if they're trying to find how much more, that means they want to know how much they have or how much they're missing. Yes, how much they're missing. So we know that they need how much in total. What's their goal? 900, right? Perfect. What is it that they have right now? 780. So now the next thing is we need to find the amount that is needed to reach this 900 goal. Very good. So the key word is how much more do they need to reach their goal? Yes. Very good. So now we're going to set it up. If they're trying to find out how much more, what are we going to do? we're going to subtract, right? Because we're trying to see how much more they need to reach 900. Very good. So you will put 900 minus 780, which is equal to 120. That one's highlighted in green to show us that that's the total that is still needed. So is that the money they have? Is 120? No, it's not. Very good. It's the money they still need to reach the goal. Very nice. Now, if we want to check our answer, what should we do? Add or subtract? Perfect. We will subtract. I'm sorry, no. No, not subtract. Oops, I made a mistake. You will add. You're going to do the opposite, okay? So that means if you already subtract, you're going to do adding, okay? So then we'll do 780 plus 120 is equal to 900, which is our goal. Okay? Now let's use the sentence frame. To solve the problem, I need to subtract, since we are trying to find the amount needed to reach their goal. And it says how much more is needed. Then I need to add, since I want to check if the amount 120 is the amount needed. Okay? So you see how everything we highlighted, we're going to use in the sentence frames. That's why it's important, before we even start working on the problem, we find out what we have, what we're looking for, and most important, what operation we're going to use, either adding or subtracting, and why we're doing two different ones, okay? That's important because sometimes it's going to ask us to do two things in one problem, okay? So, what sentence frames did I use? Very good. I used the first one. Very good. This one. And like I said, if you guys want to use the first frame that has less words, that's okay, as long as you are explaining what you're using in your operation, okay? You'll be able to do that with your group. Okay, so let's read the second problem together, and then we'll hopefully finish and on time, for we can go on time to recess, because that is your exit ticket, okay? Alright, so Emily is saving to buy a desk for $69.50, and the chair is $32.89. How much do the desk and chair cost altogether? Emily has saved $9.40. How much more does she need to save? Okay? So I'm going to help you set it up, and then you will work with your peers, okay? So how much does the desk cost? $69.50. That would be in yellow. And then the chair, how much does that one cost? $32.89. Perfect. Okay? So we're just putting together the information. We're not even deciding if we're adding or subtracting right now. That will you will do with your group, okay? Now, the question for that one, it says, how much do the desk and chair cost altogether? So that's important, right? Is that a key word? Altogether. Very nice. We will highlight that one. Let's do that one blue. Okay, so. Okay, perfect. Now, there's a second part. There's a second question in that same problem. Emily has saved $9.40. So now we have an amount that Emily has, right? So let's highlight that in pink, because we know that that's how much money she has right now. So let's do $9.40. That's important. Okay? Now, this question to answer that part of the problem says, how much more does she need to save? Before you go in, make sure you have all of this highlighted, the amounts. What is the yellow meaning? Is that how much she has saved? No, it's not how many. She is the what? Exactly. How much the items cost. How much the desk and the chair cost. So how many items does she want to buy? 1? No, she wants to buy. Perfect. Okay? 2. Now, we know that she has $9.40, which we highlighted in pink. And you, like I said before, you'll be able to use one of the sentence frames to fill in your information, okay? Letting me know what you would do in order to get your answer, okay? Any questions, students? All right, good to work. Thank you.